Hello, hello. Well, all my yarn lovers, all my fiber artists, all my crafty people. No, this video's not about yarn, so sorry. We're in a kitchen, and if you're sighted, you could tell we're not even in my kitchen. No, we're still on vacation. We're still with the fam. We're at mom and dad's house in their kitchen today. If you are here just for the yarn, hey, just for you, I wore one of my own tops. I knit this myself and designed it myself. You can see it on at least 3 different videos: a Whip Wednesday, a Finish It Friday, and a review of the Knit Picks We Crochet Shine Sport yarn. That's what it's made out of. So if you're just here for the yarn, it's totally okay. You don't need to watch the cooking videos, but if you want to, of course you can, because hey, even stitchers gotta eat. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for choosing to come back, hang out, spend a little bit of your day with me. And thank you for your patience always while I briefly introduce myself to anybody who might be new to my channel. Hi, my name's May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies. And I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, completely colorblind, too blind to drive ever. I'm not totally blind, but I just like to be on the internet to show people you can knit and crochet, you can cook, you can do life, even with a disability. There are 16 million people in the world who are legally blind, and more people lose their eyesight every year to aging conditions. And I want to make sure that no one who deals with those changing eye conditions feels like they can't cook or crochet or knit or do life in general. So today we are gonna cook. What are we cooking today, May? Hey, we're cooking maize, chicken, cashew nut, veggie, stir fries. What we're gonna need today is some chicken, diced and sliced into little, maybe 1-inch strips for stir fry, maybe about a pound or so. We're gonna need 1/2 to 1 medium red onion, depending on taste. And hey, if you don't like any of these veggies, feel free to substitute with your favorites. And of course, if you're a vegetarian, you can just do way more veggies and do some tofu. My dad eats tofu all the time, right? You don't have to eat chicken if you don't like it, but we eat meat in this household. So we got 1 large red bell pepper, we got some zucchini, fresh picked from my dad's garden. Yeah, can't get any better than that. We got some broccoli, and we got some pea pods. Now, normally we do get the pea pods from my dad's garden, but you know what? The birds, those birds, they've been getting all my dad's pea pods this year. Yeah, sad face. But hey, there's a grocery store and a neighbor. So what else are we gonna need? We're gonna need some olive oil. We're gonna need some sesame oil. Of course, if you don't like sesame oil, don't have it, feel free to use olive oil or substitute it with olive oil of your choice. And just like with knitting and crochet, it involves creativity. You can be creative in the kitchen, tailor it to your taste. We're gonna need some soy sauce, right, of your favorite brand. We're gonna need some molasses. Yeah, molasses, really. We're gonna need some fish sauce. Yep, fish sauce. You can get that at any local grocery store in the Asian aisles with the specialty foods there, or you can get it on the Amazon too, for real. And of course, we need some cornstarch for thickening, right? We're gonna need some garlic. If you want to do some fresh minced garlic, you can do that. If you like to buy the little jars of pre-chopped garlic, and because my daddy's been a chef his whole life, he don't mess around. He does his, we have the giant jar of garlic in our house. That's what my daddy does. He makes sure we all have that in our fridge, but it's essentially what you buy in the store in the jars. He just does it in bulk. Gonna need some measuring spoons. We're gonna need like a wooden spatula of some type. Now we're gonna use a wok because we like to make a lot of food. If you don't have a wok, of course, you can use a large skillet. Now I'm gonna go ahead and stop the camera for a minute because I want to put in a couple of clips ahead of time. I did have my dad go ahead and pre-chop all his vegetables. I mean, because he's been a chef his whole life, he's way faster than me, okay? But I did get a couple clips of the veggies for people who really wanted to see it ahead of time. There's a clip of the veggies and a clip of him prepping it for us. So I'm gonna stop the camera because we're gonna put all these clips together in the editing app, and then we will continue with the cooking.
Recording button.
We are starting our stir fry out with a big chunk of broccoli, a red bell pepper, a red onion, and 2 small to medium zucchini and 2 little zucchini that my dad just picked from the garden. We're going to be chopping all that up for our stir fry. I'm letting my dad help me with all the prep work for cooking dinner tonight. Even at 89, he is still the fastest in the family at slicing up veggies for our dinner. So he sliced up already the red bell pepper, red onion, broccoli, zucchini, and now he's cleaning the pea pods. We're going to have all that in our stir fry tonight. Pause button. Okay, and of course I thought I'd pick the camera up off the tripod. Here's a view of the cutting board. Look at all these veggies my daddy chopped. We got zucchini, we got broccoli, we got bell peppers, red onions, and a pile of pea pods. Look at all this chicken. This is over a pound. My dad does go ahead and pre-marinate his chicken in like a soy sauce, teriyaki, garlic sauce of his own. Now that's not necessary, but of course you can if you want to, right? Okay, now I like to go ahead and pre-make my sauce first, so we're gonna do that. Put the camera on pause for a moment. Okay, well, we are going to now mix our sauce. The first thing I'm gonna do is get my cornstarch in here. So I've never done a cooking show using both tripods before. Usually I just try to show you it's on the counter, but hey, I did buy a horizontal boom specifically for stitching, and I thought, why not try it out in the kitchen? No, I'm just going to measure mine into, this is just a glass coffee mug. If you just want to use a cup or a bowl or whatever to mix your sauce, you do you. So we got 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. We're going to put that in our cup. All right. Then I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get a couple tablespoons of water. You don't need to see that, but you'll hear it. It's just water, really. 1 and 2. Okay. We got 2 tablespoons of water into our cup. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my soy sauce out. This is my daddy's soy sauce. He chooses it, and he does know best. Okay, so we got 1. Got a little spoon out over here. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Hopefully I'm not going to spill this. Okay, 1. And 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And we're going to put in the fish sauce. I do the same thing. I put 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. I just totally missed my cup and my spoon there. You know what? That happens when you're visually impaired. If you are visually impaired or you're new to it, you can see I've got my tablespoon out. I've got my finger over the top to help, in theory, to feel what I'm doing. But of course, I do still spill sometimes, just like that. And guess what, friends? I'm human. I don't edit that out. Yeah, when I spill, I spill. I'm not a professional, and you don't have to be a professional to cook in your home. I'm going to go ahead and rinse off the fish sauce because we got to get into the molasses, and we do not want to get fish sauce in our molasses. No, no. So, in fact, I think I'm going to use a totally new tablespoon for our molasses. So here is our molasses. We are going to scoop out, roughly, I don't think, that doesn't feel quite full to me. Okay, we got 1 tablespoon of molasses, and we're going to get Hopefully you can see that. Well, that doesn't quite feel full, does it? 2 tablespoons in molasses. Of course, if you're on my channel, you know I don't have enough sight to edit visually. So when I make mistakes, when I spill, yeah, you get it all. You get all the awkward. Okay, we're gonna take the molasses. We're gonna put the lid back on that. We are going to get us a spoon or a fork or something. Hang on. I'll be right back. Let me get a fork and stir that. Okay, here we go. We got our little fork here, and we are going to stir this up good because there's cornstarch in there. It is gonna feel a little bit thick, right? That's what the whole point of the cornstarch is. So you're gonna feel that in the bottom. It's gonna feel a little bit thick, but you want to make sure all of that. Oh, my daddy's getting out the wine glasses. He's serious about this dinner stuff. You know it. He sets the table too, and everything in this house sets the table. Gets out the wine glasses, chops the vegetables. Can't we all hope to be doing all that at 89? My goodness. Okay, so now we are going to, let's see. We're gonna turn on our stove. I haven't used my parents' stove very often. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Okay, let me put you on pause again, see if I can get you over the wok or not. Okay, so here's the wok. I don't know how much of this is going to get with my horizontal boom. It's unfortunately a short boom. We're just going to pour in some olive oil. Now, could you measure it? Sure you could, but I mean, really, it's olive oil. Maybe a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. If you want to do equal parts olive oil and sesame oil, or your choice. Oops, I actually think that was the sesame oil, because you know what? Your chef is visually impaired. But the olive oil's in a plastic bottle. I do know better. So, we got some sesame oil. We got some olive oil in our wok. It's heating up. I think I'm going to move that out of the way just a little bit so you can see. I'm going to move this under the camera a little bit so you can see what we got going on. We're going to swirl that around, make sure we get the sides of our wok nice and coated. Okay, and then guess what? Yeah, it's time to put all the chicken in. You know it, you know it. Get the chicken in there. Yeah. Some water in there. And now he can go check the mail. It's all right. I don't remember if he checked the mail or not. He can go do it. It's all right. It's okay. Is that my phone? Nope, that's your phone. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and we are stirring our chicken. Want me to put it on pause, Mom? I can put it on pause. Okay, that happens. Life happens. Life happens. Okay. Alrighty, so we got our chicken cooking on the oil, on the stove. This might work okay to use this horizontal boom in the kitchen too. It's a little awkward. It means I have to have the tripod right in front of the stove. That means I'm cooking at a little bit of an angle, but it's the same thing when we're stitching, right? It's always at this odd angle. Basically, with your chicken, you want to cook it until it is, if you're sighted, you'll be able to tell visually when your chicken turns from pink to white. And of course, if you're visually impaired, there is no shame at all in using a talking kitchen thermometer. You can buy them on Amazon. I get mine there. And you want to cook that chicken until it's at least 165 degrees. I did not bring my talking thermometer with me to cook, but you know what? I have 3-sighted people in the house who are not colorblind, so they can certainly tell with their eyes what's happening with the chicken. So we just got it in our wok. We're just stir frying. I'm not timing this. I've never really timed it, honestly. So I might pause this for a few minutes because you don't want to sit here and watch me just cook this chicken for however long it takes, right? That might get a little boring. So I'm going to pause the camera and get back with you when we feel it's close to done. Okay, well, hello. While we were going over ingredients, I think I did forget to mention we're also going to use some of the Simply Asian blend. It's a blend of salt and peppers and ginger and garlic, a few other things. If you don't want to use that, use ginger, salt, pepper, and garlic. And of course, we do have some cashews. Yeah, we do. Okay, we got my mom here, and she is going to take the temperature of our meat. And of course, she'll be able to see it too and tell. Does it look like it's almost cooked, Mom?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep, you can poke a piece of chicken.
It's 185.
185. That is well past safe to eat for chicken. Thank you very much. And it's always better to be safe in the kitchen, my friend. You don't want to be the person who gives everybody salmonella. They won't invite you back. So here's what we are going to do. We got this plate here with a paper towel. We got a slotted spoon, and we are going to now scoop out our chicken onto the paper towel to let it drain, because there's lots of oil in this, and we don't want all that oil in our chicken. So that's what we're doing here. We got a slotted spoon, putting our chicken on the paper towel. And like I said, sorry about that. I'm very sorry. I keep bumping the camera with my spoon because remember, your chef's visually impaired. And I do not have depth perception. If you've been on my videos before, I don't have depth perception at all. I don't have the same visual acuity in each eye. And so it's very hard for me to tell the distance. In fact, I can't even really see my spoon out in front of me. And I think I just knocked my wooden spoon into my hot oil. No good. No good. Take that out, right? Silly me. Okay. And I can definitely still tell that we've still got some chicken happening in this wok. So you're going to want to go ahead and run your spoon, if you're visually impaired, around all the edges. Make sure you get all your chicken fished out of there. Okay, and we're back. We still got some oil in our skillet. That's why we fished out our chicken. I'm going to move the tripod for just a minute, because we got to get our vegetables in there, right? Okay. So, we got all these delicious bell peppers. And if I were more graceful, I would like literally pick up the entire cutting board of all these chopped veggies that I showed you and scrape them in. But I'm not very graceful, okay? And the reality is I could mess that up, especially trying to navigate around the tripod. So, let me scoop off some of this broccoli, and you can see it. We got some broccoli going into the skillet. I think I just dropped some broccoli on the floor. I mean, it's me, right? So we got some more broccoli. We're basically going to use all the veggies that you saw on that cutting board. Okay, I am going to pick up the cutting board. Now you can see it a little bit better. All the zucchini, all the pea pods, it's not quite so full. And we are just going to slide all these veggies into our wok. I did not add any more oil. I just am using what was left over. However, if we need to, of course, we can always add a little bit more oil. Move that tripod over so you can see that massive mound of veggies in the skillet. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Woo-wee. Look at all that fiber. Fiberlicious. So delicious. So healthy for you. Yeah. So this is red bell pepper. This is red onion. This is zucchini and broccoli and pea pods. I'm not even going to lie, this is a lot of vegetables. We might have to take some of these out and do our veggies in batches, because let's just say my daddy got really excited about all these vegetables. Chopped up everything, which is all good. We like veggies. We're cooking for a family of 4, but this is a lot, even for 4. So, of course, we like to have leftovers in this household, right? So this probably would feed 6 people easily, what we have with all these vegetables. We might have to take some out, cook our veggies in batches. What I'm doing with this is just stirring it a lot with the wooden spoon, right? If you have this many veggies, you definitely would want to use a wok so that your veggies can get cooked up on the sides. But you also want to use that wooden spoon and really toss and turn over your veggies so that they are getting cooked evenly, that they're all going to get into that oil that was on the bottom, because right now, with all the vegetables I put in here, there's no way they're all going to get cooked unless we stir them around really good. Y'all will have to let you know what you think of the horizontal boom for cooking. I don't mind putting it on the vertical for a minute for an intro, but I know with cooking videos, sometimes it's far nicer to get the horizontal view and see what all is happening. I'm pretty much usually in my own house. I'm just a one-woman visually impaired director, producer, editor. So, yeah. I can go back and forth though from the 2 tripods, but here at least I have a little bit of sighted help. So, but my mama does not want to hold the camera. She's worried that she'll be too shaky because she does have arthritis and some health conditions and not a lot of strength in her hands, and so she's worried that her hands will shake too much, and I understand that because I sometimes have some health issues and can get kind of shaky too. So I understand her concerns there. That is fine. So we're just going to keep stirring up these veggies. Could be a while to get all these veggies cooked. This is what we are doing. Just stir frying up broccoli, zucchini. All right. I think I will put you all, I'll let you see, get another view of what's happening in the wok right now. I think I will put you on pause for a few minutes because with this amount of veggies, it could take a while. And I know you got better things to do than watch me stir up some veggies in a wok, right? Okay. Be right back. Put you on pause. Of course, be right back. In my world, it's going to be a few minutes. In yours, it'll be just a second because you'll be on pause. Okay, we got the camera back on. It is taking a while to get the broccoli soft, to get all these veggies soft. No, it's not quite there yet, but we are going to go ahead and return our chicken to the pan. That is the next step when your broccoli and your veggies are just about tender, the zucchini's tender. You want to go ahead and take your pan, your plate of chicken, and put all the chicken into your wok. Okay, so we got chicken in the wok. Not trip over my own tripod, right? Okay. So now we have our chicken and our veggies. Into the wok. Once you get your chicken and your veggies all in there mixed up, I'm gonna take, I got my little cup of sauce here. This is the sauce. Sorry about that. Just bumped the camera again. And we're going to stir this up. Again, make sure all of that cornstarch is really mixed in there well, right? You don't want lumps in your cornstarch. Nobody wants that. So, and then we're going to go ahead and pour this sauce. This is our soy sauce, our molasses, our cornstarch, our water, our fish sauce into our wok. Some years I make this and it seems like it's heavy on the sauce. This year it's going to seem light on the sauce because we have so much veggies. Honestly, with this many veggies, I probably could have made a double batch of sauce and had it been nice and thick and saucy. But I think we'll be okay if it's lighter on the sauce. You be all right with that, Mom? If it's lighter on the sauce?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see what happens once we stir it all up in here. And you, again, just like when you're cooking your veggies and your chicken, you just want to get your wooden spoon, your spatula, whatever you're using, in there nice and deep. Swirl it around really good. You want everything coated in sauce. Our broccoli if I can find any broccoli. I don't know if I can. Not gonna lie, it's hard for me to fish out individual vegetables in here. But I'll do what I can to try to test our broccoli one more time. That's the stubborn one out of all these veggies that seems to take the longest to test. But my sister doesn't like her veggies too soft either. I'm going to try to get you some broccoli to taste, Mama.
Yep.
Okay, I can't tell where the broccoli is even at. Is there any broccoli?
Yes.
Right there? Okay. You want to try that? Okay.
Ooh, hot.
Hot. That's fine. Let it cool. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that good enough? Okay. Okay. All right. So now we are almost done. I'm going to go ahead. I'll be honest with you. I don't usually even measure my Asian seasoning, right? But we're going to go ahead and do that for this video because some people do like their cooking videos pretty precise, right? So, but do we really do that in this household? Not really. This is like probably like a 1 teaspoon here. So let's see, this big old vat, should we just do 1 teaspoon? 2, you think 2? I think so too, right? This is a lot of veggies, a lot of food. So we're going to go ahead and dip into this one more time. 2 nice big teaspoons. Asian seasoning. Okay. Going to stir it all up really good. My mama's here. She can visually eyeball it for me and make sure everything's coated in sauce. Got everything stirred in. I will put the cashews in at the last little bit. I got these right now. I already opened it. Sorry, I already opened it. Yes, ma'am. I'm not going to put too many cashews in because my sister does not like cashews.
Daddy only have 2 teeth.
Yep. So, now of course, if you don't like cashews, you can leave them out completely, or you can substitute peanuts. Some people like peanuts, like in your Kung Pao chicken. When you go out to Chinese food, you can get Kung Pao chicken, also peanuts. So feel free to tailor this to your taste. If you guys like mushrooms, put mushrooms in it. I do not eat fungus in my food, so I don't do mushrooms. I'm not even going to measure these. I'm just going to put a big handful cashews in there. That's probably plenty because my sister doesn't like them. She'll have to pick around them. So, okay, and of course we are going to have ours over steamed white rice. That's what we always have ours over. My daddy is in charge of the rice. He got the rice pot and he's already cooked it. So this, my friends, this is what your dinner, sorry about that, should look like. Does that look pretty stirred in, Mom?
Yep, that's perfect.
Does it look like everything's covered in sauce and everything's combined? Okay.
Turn off the heat. I'm hungry.
Okay, we are going to turn off the heat. We're going to turn off the camera and we are going to enjoy our dinner. So until next time, my friends, thank you so much for watching. And we will get back to stitching real soon.